Hey, how's it going, everyone? We're back again with another aftermath video from the recent Street Fighter V tournament. This time, the Asia premiere, and this is a huge one, guys, because this is a Super premiere, and the other one is Evo. So I would say this is the last big tournament before Capcom Cup,
Yeah,
and
last chance for big points.
yeah, the big points. So as expected, the tournament was extremely stacked. And even though that's a good thing, unfortunately it's during Tokyo Game Show, so there was not as many stage matches as I've hoped, like probably about half of the amount of matches. So there were just pro players getting slaughtered off stream and people losing without us even get to see them lose. And there's only so much you can do with so many good players playing at the same time to keep the tournament
Yeah.
smooth. But it was unfortunate, but of course the tournament itself was really good. We were getting this tournament. I would say wasn't as exciting as some of the other majors because we're seeing more of the same now. It's starting to stabilize a little bit. We're still getting a lot of Rashid and even more Canadian players
Yeah.
now, and it's the top eight. I would say was somewhat stale, but it was exciting to see Mago perform even better than we thought before. I was joking around that it was his revenge, but now he's like he's going crazy now. Like it wasn't like
Yeah.
luck, luck of the bracket. Now he's definitely something's up. Something's up.
Yeah. It takes him a few years before he gets back to his prime.
There's some stupid September joke or something like usually around September is when Mago starts just destroying everybody in
Oh,
different
really?
games. Yeah, it's just some meme. I didn't get to see it. Everyone on my stream was talking to me about it though, so I have to
Oh,
find it somewhere on Twitter. But history
maybe in
repeats.
Ultra, yeah. Maybe in Ultra he was getting real good in September too.
Yeah, history repeats itself. I guess I don't know. So let's get started right away. I guess it's all we should might as well start with Momochi first of all, the tournament winner. I guess we better get this out of the way too, the elephant in the room call, because we got to talk about this crazy thing with Momochi refusing to get the pro license
Oh
and
yeah, the
losing
money.
a ton of money on it. Now I'm not going to go into this in great detail, guys. This is like an entire other video, and on top of that, it's really hard to get like complete factual information because all I see is so much. Besides like some official articles, there's a lot of gossip and misinformation going around. So I'll try to summarize it. The most I can summarize it is in Japan, tournaments used to not pay out money for fighting games tournaments because it was considered gambling. Now the Capcom has figured out a way to be able to pay the players, but now this organization came out of nowhere called the Japanese Esports Union, JESU, and they decide on which players get a pro license, and then you're able to get a huge prize pool from the tournament. You're able to accept the prize. And Momochi, from what I understand, doesn't like the idea that the players, the FGC built the community, right, and created this whole scene, and now we have a bunch of suits and ties come out of nowhere, take advantage of the fact that they can get money from this because you have to pay an annual fee for this pro license. However, if you do win a tournament, let's say you're not eligible for a pro license, and you win the tournament, you do get a license, so you will get a pot no matter what. But Momochi doesn't like the idea that these suits and ties get to decide who's pro and who's not, and it kind of hurts the younger community in general.
I mean, what he's doing is, I guess, honorable in a way, especially declining. How much was it?
Well, so Momochi, since he didn't accept the license, he ended up getting like I think it was a little under $100 or something,
Oh,
and he could have got $46,000.
wow. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of money for sure to decline just for a statement. But I don't know if it's like you said, Japanese tournaments usually don't have uh, cash prize money, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now that they're allowing you to, or like slightly changing it, it's just a sign of itself of the times is changing, right? So
Yes.
does he really need just such to do such a drastic move? I don't know, but I'm not super informed on it either. So
Yeah, and it is
that's
a
just my
delicate
opinion.
subject as well. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what he believes in, and he's going to make his stand. I just feel like, from the perspective of the union, I don't think they're going to give a shit at all because, okay, so if Momochi won't accept the 46,000, where does that money go? It goes back into their pockets. It goes back so people are able to advertise ads for the tournament, and then do it for free and not have to pay anything for it and get free ads.
yeah. If you look at it that way, yeah. If you look at it that way, both sides kind of win.
Right,
So
so they're like, thanks,
it's both a
Momochi.
positive, like yeah.
Yeah, thanks for not taking our money. It's not like it goes to Mago, right? So I'm just saying that Like I see what like it's honorable what he's doing, but I just don't see it making a difference. Especially when Momochi is one of the few that are doing it.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully it does. Like, honestly, we all wanted to see something like that change for the better, but we'll see.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't.
This is complicated.
Yeah, it's delicate too. Like I said, I'm not too well informed in it, so I don't really want to judge my opinion on it. It's also worth noting that Momochi, he is the one that's really against it, and he won the two largest Japanese tournaments this year. So he won the first tournament. I think it was Evil Japan or something, and he didn't accept the prize money for that. I don't remember how much it was, but it was quite a bit as well. So he declined both of them. Yeah, he didn't accept it either. That's where it all started, man.
Oh, I didn't even hear about this.
So it's crazy. It's like he wants to win these tournaments so he could decline it. You know, it gives him that extra power.
Yeah, that's quite a point to prove. That's probably why he plays so well this tournament.
It's crazy. So yeah, he wins the two largest and declined them both.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, let's get back to talking about the players themselves in the tournament. So Momochi, I think he used Colleen throughout the whole thing, which was surprising because Momochi he's got a Ken, you know, he's got a Colleen. He's got
play Ken though.
Yeah, he even has a Zeku. Like he knows a lot of characters, but Colleen is definitely his character. When Momochi first started playing Colleen, especially instead of Cody, I was like, oh man, this is so snooze. But the character really does suit his playstyle like really well. He plays very slow. He spaces perfectly, and he waits, and he's very patient. And at first, and he does dash quite a bit too sometimes, but he's very patient on the whiff punishing.
He's very good at checking stuff, which is what Colleen's very good at doing. Any character like what Colleen could do is like just spam crouch hard punch or stand hard punch. Well, not even like spam, but like just be able to whiff it 3 times in a row in your face. That's pretty good.
Right.
Like, just like with impunity, right? Like not being able to get punished as easily.
Right. Like it's more what's the word I'm trying to see here? But like you could be reckless with it once you get V trigger up. Once you have V trigger up, then heavy punch you can become very reckless with it, and you start because he doesn't use it. Like I'm watching his matches before his V trigger, he's not throwing out heavy punch that much, like a lot of forward heavy kicks. But once he activates, he goes nuts. So like he just heavy punch city, and one crush counter, and it's oh my god, the momentum swings like crazy.
GG, yeah. The damage he gets is just like Karen, right? It's just so much damage and crazy OP right after.
And that's what keeps Colleen up there, actually. She does have some really bad matchups, and like Sagat is definitely one of them too, a big one. But like, and he even had some troubles against Itazan, which we'll talk about in a bit here, against both Zangief and Abigail. But in general, V Trigger 2 is what keeps Colleen alive. It's what put her to the top back in Season 3, when V Trigger 2 was actually stronger, if you could believe that. But one of the things that makes V Trigger 2 so nuts, besides the fact that everything that gives her, the utility and everything, it's the fact that it's 2 bars, and it lasts so long.
Yeah, pressing her normals do not, like, reduce the beat meter at all.
Right.
Which is strange, right? Like, I get it, Buster, but just how much reward you can get by just whiffing that button so much is crazy, right? The amount of whiffing you can do and the high risk you can get, high reward you can get.
Yeah.
So, like, low risk, high reward. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to say.
It basically just has the properties of a 3-bar V trigger, but it's a 2-bar. That's basically what it is. And like I said, if Capcom decided to nerf this V trigger a bit more, it would probably knock Colleen right down to mid tier, honestly. Because like
I don't think they should to do that either. I think they should be focusing more on buffing her V trigger 1.
Right.
Because there's really no point in picking it right now at this point.
And it's not like Colleen's are everywhere destroying the brackets, right? It's more about Rashids and Kadeen's right now that we're seeing most of. It's just Momochi. I mean, we have some good Colleen players, but it's not like we're seeing them in top 8 every tournament. So Momochi's just really, really good, and Colleen just it's exactly the kind of character he likes to play. It's perfect for him.
He likes to confirm a lot, so it really fits him. And
his confirms are pretty good. He confirms that heavy punch into the EX Parabellum too. That's really good.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
So he against Itazan. I want to mention this match in particular because the match was like Itazan was winning it, and then Momochi was coming back, and then suddenly Momochi's coming back, and then Itazan decides to switch to Zangief instead for the last match, and Momochi did this crazy super, which he blocked, and Itazan did the biggest SPD whiff ever. Like, I'm talking, he blocked Super Quad, and then Itazan jumped in the air and hit Heavy Punch. Like, that kind of bad SPD. And he was on match point. Like, he won that round. And
He could have changed the future, yeah.
Yeah, he could have changed the entire tournament if he didn't miss that. I'm not saying he would have won automatically if he landed, but, like,
There's
Momochi would have been in a really bad spot because he had, like, 2 bars. Two bars there. It would have been super bad for calling. Like, super bad. So that was interesting. Yeah, we pretty much talked about V-Trigger too. We pretty much talked about what makes calling strong. I guess I would be curious if he ran into Bonchan, because Bonchan would have picked Sagat in a heartbeat. Because like I said, that's a really bad matchup for calling.
That's true. What would Momochi pick in retaliation to Sagat even?
I'm not sure. Could be Kenner Zeku.
Yeah, could be Kenner Zeku, yeah. Those would not be bad for Sagat.
Yeah, like that's like Colleen has a lot of troubles like dealing with Sagat just because he's got like a nice long range 4-framer to deal with the Parabellum spam, and it's just really hard for Colleen to deal with zoning in general. She just doesn't. She just doesn't have good options. Not against like a true zoner like Sagat, not at that level.
Yeah.
You know.
I get you.
Yeah, but Colleen can handle Kadeen though. Like he's got the V skill option, and her normals are formidable enough to deal with Kadeen. He doesn't get the crazy conversions, but it's formidable.
Would you say she's really good in that matchup, Colleen, against Karen?
When he activates V-Trigger, it would be really scary for Kadeen to do.
It's interesting because both of them have the 2-bar V-Trigger, right? And both relatively low life and both good normals. So I actually don't know.
Kadeen's V-Triggers aren't really that good. Like that's
not that. Yeah,
they're not that
as good as Colleen's.
Yeah, like her V-Triggers, they're good because the character is good, but they're not really like when Colleen activates V-Trigger 2, the entire pace of the match changes like instantly. You know, like you can't even neutral jump that shit because she dashes and jabs you like crazy. The jab is so nuts. You know.
Yeah, that's true. Her jab is really far, and that'd be really good for checking against Karen's dodge.
Yeah. Yeah, Momochi is definitely one of the most consistent players out there. I'm not surprised he won the tournament. But yeah, man. So we'll see here. Like, I'm happy
to see him win once in a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it definitely is. It definitely because like I said, he won right at the beginning of the season, and now we're fast forward to now. So
yeah, it's good because you can actually we can expect him Capcom Cup to be strong, a strong showing, you know.
Right, and it's like I said, it's not like he's playing Rashid or Kadeen, right? Another Kadeen player, so
yeah, it'd be good variety for this.
And before Capcom like ends up nerfing Colleen instead of Ken.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, next player I want to talk about is Shuto, and he's that Urian player. In case you guys don't know, he's not some just random dude that came out of nowhere. He's actually in the Street Fighter League for Japan. He was in the first season. He was on the roster. He was on Nemo's team, of course. So Nemo's like his teacher. So we got 2 Urian players. He's taught by the best, or the craziest, I guess.
The craziest and the best.
The craziest and the best. And they got second place during that too. That first season of Street Fighter League for Japan. And
how long ago was that? Like what season of Street Fighter 5 were they in?
I don't know. It would either be at the end of season 3-ish or 4. I don't know. You kind of put me on the spot there. I honestly don't know. But now currently though he's with Bonchan and Fudo. That's his team. That's a stacked team, dude.
He ditched Nemo? Why?
I don't think they get to choose. I think it's like they select their teams or whatever. I'm not sure.
I see.
But anyways, I can't wait to see that team go against the American teams for Street Fighter League. It's gonna be quite amusing.
Yeah, I hope it's not just a wash.
Yeah,
Wi-Fi won't be.
Well, that's what they want it to be with the way the format is. It looks like they want it to be a wash. Anyways, let's talk about his Urian. So he plays like a nut. That's what I've observed. What do you think?
You can tell that Nemo definitely taught him, right?
Yep.
But I don't know. He is really good with all his conversions. He's like a typical Urian player. Good setups, good execution, good conversions. Like you said, the only thing that puts him apart is like he just plays like a nut. Plays way more, so many headbutts, like jab headbutts, EX headbutts. You know?
Extremely aggressive. Like he was all over Tokido. Like he was always in his face. It was hard for Tokido to play his game because Tokido likes to play kind of methodical with Akuma, and then he goes crazy. Yeah. But he was like on the defense the entire match. It's crazy how aggressive.
It's kind of like he was playing like aggressive, just like Tokido against Tokido. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he
Yeah.
just gets the momentum rolling. He doesn't let you think.
Yeah, and like you said, he's got really good reactions with the EX headbutt. Like Tokido couldn't even pull off a forward hard punch on him with Akuma without getting EX
Mm.
headbutted
Oh
constantly.
wow, dang.
His conversions with his V trigger were really good too with Aegis. He was very There was one moment during the end of the match where he hit him with Aegis, but it hit a little further than you'd want it to. So he had to do an entire different conversion. He had to do like crouching medium punch into a light headbutt just to push him
Yeah.
far enough into the mirror. So it just shows you he has a lot of experience and he's very aware of the situation. You know?
Yeah, very. Yeah, if you want to get really good Street Fighter, you need that awareness to carry you out through your games, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't expect something to go your way or something randomly happens during the match, you're gonna be like thinking about that, and it's gonna take it away from your gameplay.
Yeah, definitely. Like, well, you're in his V trigger is so important, right? And it's important you optimize it and never miss out on the damage or the mix up from it.
Yeah, because if you miss it, then there goes all your momentum, right? There goes your mirror. You only have one mirror left or zero, depending on when you use it. You know.
That's right. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Optimization is more of a thing now than ever in Street Fighter Five, or compared to like old Street Fighters. You can pick up from where you left off, but not as much as you can in Street Fighter Five.
Mm-hmm. And that's why you gotta play a lot, right? There's a lot of lab monsters and a lot of people that they just research replays all the time. You have to do everything though. You like him knowing all those Aegis like ranges and recognizing it instantly during the match just shows you he plays a lot too. Like you gotta play a lot, right? You gotta put in the time. Okay, well we're talking a lot about his offense, how he plays like a nut, but his defense is actually really good too. He likes to walk back, I noticed. So he's one of those players that never like to crouch block. Like he likes to walk back constantly. And
it's like either walk back or a headbutt, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's annoying, but it works, dude. I don't do it enough myself, actually, to walk back while blocking. It's really good against people that are just so used to landing their full, block string. And he clipped Tokido a few times by walking back during a block string and hit him with standing heavy kick with your hand.
Yeah. Because if you think about it logically, like, you beat shimmy and throw by walking back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing you're susceptible to is slow short into something, right? But that's gonna be so scaled and probably bad Oki, right? Because that's how they designed it.
Mm-hmm.
So walk back is a pretty strong option.
Mm-hmm. So he did end up eliminating Tokido from the tournament, but it had a very odd ending. I'm not saying like he got lucky, but basically he did a crazy jump on Tokido. Tokido was more than ready, and it seems that he accidentally did a super when he tried the uppercut. I'm not sure if it was accidental.
He missed the uppercut for sure.
Is it possible, Cole, to do a super by accident when you try an uppercut?
Yeah, because I don't want to say it's the game entirely, but I do notice like when you drop, like I've been playing Third Strike a lot recently, right? So when something happens in Third Strike, like when I do low forward into EX5 and like say like the opponent trades with me or something, right?
Yeah.
So the low forward will trade, but then like the EX5 won't come out. But in Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, when I try to do that, sometimes the 5 will come out regardless, even if I trade or whiffs or whatever, right? So I think when Tokido tried to do his DP, something either ate his input or he missed the button entirely. So I think he was definitely trying to do DP into Super.
Oh, okay.
Which is why Super came out so late and then boom, he died.
But the point is that he didn't just try to do raw Super because that was ridiculous. He was so late on that, and he still almost won after that qual.
If he was trying to do raw Super,
I
think he was probably just a hesitant moment, like a brain fart. It's like, oh no, he actually jumped. I guess I better do it, and then he did it way too late.
Well, he did it way too late. Shuto, he blocked it when he hit the ground, and then he tried crouching medium punch, which completely whiffed. And then they got put into this weird situation where Tokido was stuck in the corner with an Aegis right in front of him, and he just hit Tokido's toes, and then he lost. So, like I said, it was a very goofy moment at the end, but Tokido still could have came out on top. It was very, very close. Very, very close. But Tokido still got top 8, though, so it's not like Tokido's falling off.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Tokido falling off. I think Akuma... Like, I don't think he's top tier as we think he is.
What? You're crazy. You're crazy, dude.
Like, yeah, he's got all the tools, the crazy combos, the hard knockdown OPs.
You're crazy.
We see NL and who was Takamura doing all these, just beating all these good players, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like he's top. Yeah, like he's strong, but only strong in certain matchups. I think there's a lot of bad matchups for Akuma, just because he
No,
has so little life
a
and so
bad
little
matchup is
stun.
a 5-5 for Akuma. A bad matchup is a 5-5.
Like let's look at Kichi Pamu against Akuma, right? I feel like 6-4 for Kichi
But
Pamu.
that's a rare matchup that we didn't get to see at that level, that
Yeah, that's
often.
true.
You know, that's a
We'll see.
very very high level matchup. And
Okay, we'll see.
I
We'll
mean,
see if Itabashi plays
every
Gifu
pro
and
player
Ziggy.
knows the Akuma matchup very well. They should, because it's a common character they're gonna run into. But I mean, come on, you're getting crazy here. We can't just go
Maybe.
off tournament statistics alone on this.
Okay, we'll see. We'll
We'll
see.
see. We'll see. Let's talk about Big Bird again.
Big Bird,
Eh,
yeah, he did really pretty good this time too.
Yeah.
Like if I think he would have made it a little bit further if he. There was just some things he was dropping, and I think he might have like got tilted a little bit at the end. You know, when he threw away the match to Mago.
Yeah.
Like you know how Bon Champion he just jumped back and hit the
Yeah,
eagle
yeah.
spike.
He lands the super, everything's looking good, and he activates Future Good Raw, and then he always goes for the Eagle Spike, and then he's like full screen away, and then it's just tough because if they jump backwards, jumping
Yeah,
backwards is relatively safe, right?
it is, but I don't know. I think Big Bird was trying to catch the jump start up with Mago, or he didn't expect Mago to actually react to him eagle spiking across the screen.
But he
Like, cause
lost the
that
exact same way, man. You think he would learn after that time at Evo? It was very recent, that it happened.
maybe, or he just views Mago as a different player than
Okay.
Bonchan, right?
Yeah.
That could be a thing too.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Like what I found interesting was that he is playing Rashid, of course, all the way until we got to top 8, and then he runs into Gachi-kun, and he's like, screw that. I don't want to play a mirror match with Rashid. That's whack. I'm gonna play
Yeah.
Birdie.
I don't know if it was if he didn't want to mirror match. I think he knew or wanted to try out a new thing with Birdie because it might be a counter pick for Rashid
Oh, okay.
or maybe a counter pick for Gachikun because not Rashid, sorry, Birdie is that type of character that can tilt players very easily, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, his Birdie was good. Like he was close.
I noticed he was doing because he knows Rashid better than anyone else, Big Bird.
Okay.
So he would usually know what kind of buttons Rashid would be throwing out in neutral. And when he picked Birdie, I can totally see Sand Strong and Sand Hard Punch is very good for dealing with Rashid's crouch hard punch,
Okay.
So it's much easier to whiff punish, especially with such a big normal and one that's takes up a lot of space, right?
Yeah. Like I said, it was pretty confident pick, man. It didn't look like he was a
it
desperate
wasn't that
pick.
bad. Yeah, it wasn't that bad because it was a 2-3 match. Both matches he lost, right? So he lost. He won 2, and he lost the third one, but it was pretty close still. With like I said, with Birdie using Sand Medium Punch and Sand Hard Punch against Rashid,
Yeah.
using Biggie Trigger 2 with that it's like a huge complement with each other, right? Because Rashid's always trying to whiff punish you or trying to control that space, and if you have Big Trigger 2, you can convert that into huge damage. I can totally see why he picked that against Rashid.
I guess you have Bullhorn too to deal with the whirlwind setups because there's a hole in there, and Bullhorn goes right through it, which is nice too.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like Big Bird's Rashid is so damn good that I feel like I don't want to say it in hindsight, but I'm confident that Big Bird could have beat him if he just stuck to Rashid.
I don't know. I think maybe Big Bird didn't want to deal with the mirror because Rashid has to be because Rashid against Rashid is you know each other's setups and you gotta be able to defend against each other's setups and he knows how bullshit those setups can be, right?
Yeah.
So maybe picking Birdie to control the neutral a little bit more and try to stay out of those situations was probably his plan here,
You think if he runs into another Rashid player again, maybe say at Capcom Cup, you think he'll still stick to Birdie?
Yeah, I want to bet that he would because I think that's because he was playing Birdie pretty dang well.
Yeah,
too.
He was.
So I'd be confident to say that he would because it was pretty close too against Gachikun. Like I said, 2-3.
It's easier to learn a counter pick character when you only have to learn one specific matchup. When you're practicing to learn, you're playing Birdie just for Rashid, and that's the only character you need to learn.
Yeah.
When you already know Rashid, so it would speed up a lot of things too. So he doesn't have to play Birdie that much.
Yeah, he doesn't because he already has Rashid.
Okay, let's talk about Mago, man. Mago. I mean,
Mago.
there's not much I want to say except that he's doing a lot better. I mean,
Yeah,
he's doing a
I
lot better.
mean, like he's probably been watching like Punk and Bonchan. He's like, man, these guys are playing really good. Why can't I do this? You know,
Hmm.
I've got the execution. I've got the mind games. I've been playing games since whatever
Yeah.
1992.
He's been, dude.
And
I'm the 2D god. I mean, he's been saying that about Punk for a long time, though. Qua that he's been watching Punk and trying to adapt his playstyle to his playstyle for a long time now, a couple
yeah,
seasons actually, and it didn't seem to help much. So I don't know what's going on now. Now it's like a different level, and you can argue that hey, Caddy got buffed this season, which she did, and she doesn't
I,
deal as much bad matches, but still, it didn't
I
happen
think
till now.
I think yeah. Well, what are we seeing now recently, right? Bonchan is doing extremely well.
Yes, extremely well, extremely
So
well.
before it was only Punk, right? So and just watching Punk, you can only learn so much information in one way because it's Punk's way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when you watch Bonchan and see how he plays Karen, then you can see a different view of it, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And you can be like, oh, this, and then maybe you can take information from both, and then you can have a better understanding of how you can implement your own style, you know?
Right, like Bonchan plays a little bit different than Punk. They don't play exactly the same, so he's learning from both now. So he has two players to get
Two
information.
really good players, yeah, to learn from.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I think that helped him like improve, like motivate him, you know, because he's hitting all his confirms now. He's more confident in landing the low medium kick into Tenko, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably a side effect of like just getting motivated from both of them.
Mm-hmm. Um.
I mean, it was enough to get him to what second place?
Yep. Second place,
Yeah.
man. The only player that defeated Mago this tournament was Momochi. Momochi put him in losers and beat him in grand finals. That's the only player.
Wow.
Yeah. And it
And
wasn't a stomp. Like it was relatively close, but yeah, it was very
yeah, it
interesting, man.
wasn't. Yeah, it was really. Well, Mochi was just playing better that day, I guess.
Yeah, just extremely
He,
well.
Momochi had a point to prove.
He did. He really did, man. Like that really shut everyone up making fun of Mago. Mago even ran into Phenom, and Phenom was playing caddy in this tournament as well, and he beat Phenom easily 2-0.
Yeah, but Phenon probably doesn't have the same spirit right now as Mago does. Mago
Right.
has a fighting spirit right now.
But caddying is definitely helping him, it seems.
I hope so.
I mean, unless the colleagues put him to sleep. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, last player I want to talk about is Daigo. Of course we gotta talk about Daigo.
Oh, Daigo. You
So,
really need to pick a new character.
no, man, no. Daigo's playing well. Like, he's doing...
He is playing well now because he's doing his combos a lot more consistently and more
Yes, now he's
fluently.
starting to get better on the hitbox now. You can tell he's way more confident now. I mean, I guess you're right that Guile is kind of holding him back. It is giving... Like,
It definitely is, man.
It's not giving him an advantage, that's for damn sure. It's not giving him an advantage. I'll say that.
Yeah. Well, like he didn't even have to drop Gal. You know, he just needs to pick a different character.
I guarantee you, if they
But
do not buff Guile next season, he's going to switch characters. I don't think
okay.
Daigo likes playing low tier characters. I'm not saying Guile's low tier, by the way. I'm just saying he doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it, and you know, because I don't think people who like to work hard like it, but Daigo, he probably doesn't want to work as hard as he should or have to, right?
Well, it's not just that. I just think Daigo just still likes winning. Like he still wants to win. He doesn't want to be like forgotten. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't want to just be like a figurehead. Like he wants to win. You know, he wants to be a
'cause
competitor.
I feel his style can still win in this game. Like you know how he plays with his gut and just does the wake up whatever at the right times.
Yeah.
I think he just needs a character that can benefit a lot more off his playstyle, which I don't think is the character in this game yet.
There was a time where he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna start doing a wake up flash kick, because that's the way I die every tournament." And then he seemed to do worse. But then when he went back to, "Okay, I'm just gonna do whatever I want," it seems to be doing better. But at the same time, like I said, this is not a great season for Guile. Almost
Yeah.
every Guile player dropped Guile, right, except for him and like Kaba.
Yeah,
And
like
yeah, I don't know.
yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, because his hitbox expertise is getting better. Which is
Yes.
probably was like slowing him down in his progress of like in tournaments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely has.
So it's probably not a good idea to try learning a different character right now, but it's really tough.
But he says it's
Especially
been
when-
fun though. Like learning hitbox is like kind of lit a fire for
Yeah,
him
it
to
gives
play
him-
more. Yeah.
probably gives them definitely like a new perspective on the game,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the dashes.
So one adjustment that I see Daigo do against against Mago here is he's using V Trigger too.
Yes, thank God.
So I'm just saying that before when he played Mago, Bonchan, or Punk in the previous tournaments, he
Hmm.
used V Trigger 1 every time against every caddying player. But now this tournament he's using V Trigger 2 against caddying. So he's
Yeah, I
experimenting with
think it
something
was.
different.
I think it's cemented in his mind that Karen can just like react to his booms, whatever
Mm-hmm.
strength or form it may be,
Yeah.
and it's gonna put him in a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
So he needs something that will be able to either put them away from him or get like enough damage to deter them from doing whatever, right?
Daigo's really good with V Trigger too. It really complements how he plays because he likes to play aggressive with Guile. I mean, you're kind of forced to these days.
Yeah, I think he was more practicing like his execution with V Trigger 1 still back and trying to see. You can't like V Trigger cancel V Trigger 2 into from Sonic Boom, right?
No, you have to use EX.
Yeah, and I think because like one thing he really loves doing that Sonic Boom into V Trigger.
Dude, it was broken. It was absolutely broken from a normal Sonic Boom. He was able to do that before. Like V Trigger
Yeah,
2 was
yeah,
insane. Like it was so good.
it was now, but it's like it's not like that was a huge nerf. I think he should just give up on the Sonic Boom pressure because it's not as strong as it used to be.
Guile's both his V triggers have been getting nerfed throughout the seasons. It's interesting. Like Guile V triggers have been targeted a lot. Like a V trigger one with all the loops and stuff, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so he got eliminated by ZJZ.
Another carrying player.
Another carrying player. I said before that he played Minot, which he did, and he won the LCQ last year. But
Oh yeah, yeah,
he actually started off the game playing as caddying. I've been told. So
yeah. Really?
he was a caddying player a long time ago. Yeah, from what I've been
Mm.
from what someone told me, and then he went to Minot, and now he's back to caddying.
Yeah,
So
he saw the light.
he did beat Daigo, and Daigo has lost to every caddying player on the planet, but it was close. Like Daigo got robbed, man. Like he would dominate most of the match, and then he would just get hit once a caddying, get hit again,
Yeah,
and then he's stunned and he's dead. Like that's seriously how he loses every time. So
yeah.
it's kind of frustrating.
It's frustrating to see, and I can't imagine how frustrated he must feel about it too.
Yeah, man. It's just crazy, dude. There's so much momentum in this game, and caddying just abuses that like nuts.
Yeah,
Daigo did beat Takamura 2-0 though. We didn't get to
yeah.
see it.
It's a shame, yeah, we didn't see it,
Yeah,
but it shows like he's game more consistent with the hitbox, which is good.
yeah.
I just hope he gets a better game plan or changes up the game plan before Capcom Cup. I really want to see him in.
I don't know
In
what he
top
can do,
32.
man. Like, seriously, if he makes one mistake, he's in so much trouble. Like, it's insane.
Yeah,
ZJZ blocked one EX flash kick, man, and it was over. Just from that, it was absolutely over. It's so much damage. Canning does so
like,
much damage.
he needs. Oh fuck, I don't know what he needs even.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe Sagat pick up Sagat.
So, I guess that's it for the main players we want to talk about. I guess just small tidbits like Angry Bird is still very strong. Still
Yeah,
using. He still prefers young Zeku.
took out Shuto.
Mm-hmm. And he made it all the way to losers finals. So he's still very good. His confirms are still very good. Just really good Zeku player, man. Like I said, it's interesting. If him and like Infectious could like fuse together, and one is the young Zeku, one's the old Zeku, it'd be like the ultimate player. I think.
Yeah, it'd be the ultimate Zeku.
Mm-hmm. The ultimate Zeku, to true form. Yeah.
Yeah, true form, secret character.
Phenom getting top 8. More caddies.
Karens.
Punk got outside of top 8. Punk got tied for 9th. So
He was there.
yeah, he was there, man. He just like I said, you barely saw any matches this tournament.
Yeah,
He got 9th.
TGS.
He was almost
Yeah,
there.
So that's like 5 Karens in top 9.
That's an exaggeration, but it's a lot. I think it was like 3. It's like 3.
Okay,
Um,
you sure?
okay. All the all the top player caddying players seem to be doing well. Like I said, except for Shanghai. It's
That's
just
good.
like it's just yeah.
Well, Shanghai doesn't play. It's not a Karen player. So he's a Academy player.
Yeah, but he's trying caddying and it's not working out for him. Like he tried using her a few times. It's just Mago now, Mago, Bonchan, Punk, and
I think
Phenom.
Shanghai doesn't have the time to play or practice Karen, right? He
Maybe.
plays a lot of games.
That's true. He does.
He's in the. I think he's in the Neo Geo World Tour a lot too.
Okay, that's cool.
You know what that is, right?
No. What is it? Just
It's
the
like
league for
it's like
SNK?
yeah, it's like a world tour, just like Capcom Cup kind of.
I don't hear about it.
Yeah, they play 98 and KOF 98
There's
and KOF
still?
13. Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird
Yeah, it
actually.
does sound weird.
But it's crazy. You have all these crazy top players playing 98, and these guys are really good.
Are they
They
all
haven't
Yori
stopped playing.
players?
Yes, everyone picks Iori. Everyone either picks Iori or Shizuru.
No. What about muscular Pokemon trainer?
Terry? No, Terry's a low tier.
Oh, that sucks.
He's high
Uh,
tier.
yeah, like I said, I wish Bonchan ran into Momochi. That would have been interesting. And like I said, I wish there was more matches on the stage in general. But overall, it was a great tournament.
Yeah, how did Bonchan do, by the way?
He didn't do so hot. I think he got around like 27th place. I'm just guessing on the fly. He didn't get close. I forgot who he got eliminated by. I should have checked that out actually. Let's see here.
Yeah, cause I don't know. Maybe he didn't have enough Red Bull or something.
I don't know. Like I said, once he lost the streak, it was just like devastating to him.
It's tough to keep up that streak, especially in Street Fighter 5, because Punk had his streak too, and then poof, it's gone.
He got
Just like
129th place.
Oof.
It sounds bad, but I'm telling you guys, this tournament was stacked. And 100, like imagine being 120 and ran to Bonchan. How stupid that would be, you know?
Yeah, like there are so many good players, especially in an area like in TGS, where all the Japanese players from the arcades and online come.
Okay, he got beat by a Fang player 2-1.
Oh jeez.
His name was Sugar Ross? Sugar Ross? Sigur Ross?
Is he a Japanese player or
I don't know.
Player?
I don't know. But it says here that Bonchan was using Nash when he lost to this Fang player.
Why Nash against Fang?
I don't know. Maybe
collusion. Is he collusion? Like he doesn't want to show off the tech?
I don't know. Maybe he wanted Momochi to win because he wanted to promote that license thing. I don't know.
Momochi was explaining it to him. Bonchan was like, "Oh yeah."
And he lost to a Balrog player named Sakagami.
I think he got hit by an overhead and died.
Oh, that sounds like how you would lose to a Balrog player. He lost 2-0 though, and Bonchan was using Cain. So.
Yeah, that's strange. I don't know. I think that probably would not be too dominant for Karen against Balrog.
Like I said, Cain does have some bad matchups, man. They're not. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about the Akuma, man. Akuma
no, you're crazy, dude. A bad matchup for Akuma is 5-5. I'm telling you,
what's a
you're
bad
nuts.
matchup for Karen? What's the bad matchup?
I told you, like Balrog would be pretty tough. Abigail.
What's the number? Give me the number.
Abigail would be tough. Abigail would be really tough. Zangief would be tough. Like grappler characters, man. Or Birdie would be debatable. Minox when she was crazy in season 3. I mean, she does have some tough matchups. I'm telling you, she does. She's not invincible, man. She's a neutral based character with a lot of useless moves, special moves. Yeah.
What do you mean useless?
Special suck. Rainbow Punch sucks, dude.
They all have they all have their own situations.
Oh, situation.
That Rainbow Punch can go through fireballs, right?
She just has crouching medium kick and that's it, man. And then just blows you up and you die. That's the character in a nutshell.
You're just blinded with the crouching medium kick.
You're just blinded thinking Akuma's not that good. You're crazy for saying that, man. We're gonna get destroyed this video for saying that.
I'm not saying he's not that good.
I'm gonna have to edit that out.
Matchup. He has bad matchups just like Karen.
I'm gonna edit it out. It's gonna be nuts.
All right.
I could see the headline right now. Vesper says Akuma is really bad, or it sucks, or something. I'm gonna. Oh my god.
The funny part is that it's only said at the end of the video, and most people won't reach the end of the video.
That's true. If you guys have watched the video this long, I appreciate it. You guys can hear the ridiculousness. All right, let's close it out, Kwa. We talked about it enough. So the next big tournament is C Major. And I think that's next month. C Major is the next big turn, so I look forward to that.
Singapore, right?
I think. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna guess. Okay. All right, guys. Let us know in the comments below what you think about this tournament. What do you guys think about the whole license thing with Momochi? What do you guys think about Colleen as a character?
Akuma and his matchups.
What do you guys think about Akuma? You guys think Akuma is overrated in his matchups? I mean, let us know. Don't forget to like the video as well, and of course subscribe to the channel. It really helps out, and me and Kwa will be back for the next Aftermath video. So take care, guys.